Welcome back to Boost Culture. The year 2026 has brought back something truly special for the lovers of classic scramblers and timeless motorcycles: the return of the Suzuki VanVan 200. A bike that once defined simplicity, comfort, and unmistakable retro charm is back with a refreshed identity that blends nostalgia with modern engineering. This is not just a comeback, it's a rebirth of a two-wheeled legend that has refused to be forgotten. In this video, we dive deep into the details, exploring every curve, every component, and every bit of soul the new VanVan 200 carries within its frame. So sit back, hit that like button, and join us as Boost Culture unpacks the 2026 Suzuki VanVan 200, a machine that brings the past roaring into the future. From the very first glance, the 2026 VanVan 200 captures attention with its retro silhouette. Its round headlamp, now upgraded to a full LED setup, pays homage to the original design from the early 2000s. The chrome-finished front fender adds a touch of nostalgia, perfectly balancing modern touches like the digital analog instrument cluster that subtly sits behind the handlebar. The front look exudes a mix of vintage and contemporary vibes, a design that Suzuki has mastered beautifully. The golden Suzuki emblem on the fuel tank gleams proudly, while the classic red paint variant gives it that signature bold, adventurous presence. The fat front tire, now with a more aggressive tread pattern, not only enhances its scrambler stance but also improves grip on both tarmac and trails. Moving along the side, the bike's proportions strike a perfect balance between compact and muscular. The 2026 model rides on a reinforced tubular steel frame that maintains its lightweight characteristic but improves rigidity for better stability. The elongated seat remains wide and comfortable, a signature trait of the VanVan, now wrapped in premium textured leather that feels both classic and durable. The side profile reveals the distinctive thick rear tire that makes the VanVan instantly recognizable, paired with a sleek, minimalistic exhaust that complements the overall retro feel. Suzuki has reimagined the graphics, using subtle lines and minimal branding to maintain that clean, old-school look riders love. It's a bike that feels familiar but new, classic but innovative. At the back, the design stays true to its roots. The round tail light and minimal rear fender give off pure vintage energy. The wide, low rear tire gives it a beach cruiser vibe, making it perfect not only for city rides but also for off-road adventures. Suzuki's attention to detail is clear in the neatly tucked indicators and the robust grab rail that doubles as a luggage holder. Everything about the rear end of the 2026 VanVan 200 screams simplicity, functionality, and pure retro aesthetic, just how fans remember it. Underneath this nostalgic exterior sits a modern, fuel-injected 199 cubic centimeters single-cylinder, air-cooled SOHC engine that's been refined for 2026. Suzuki claims smoother throttle response, better fuel efficiency, and enhanced reliability. The engine now delivers around 17 horsepower and 16 nanometers of torque, which might not sound like big numbers, but when paired with its lightweight 128 kilogram body, it results in agile, responsive performance that makes urban riding effortless and fun. The 5-speed gearbox shifts smoothly, with well-spaced ratios that make cruising at 90 km/h feel steady and stress-free. What sets the VanVan apart from many modern bikes is its character: that slightly thumpy, classic exhaust note that feels mechanical, real, and alive. On the road, the VanVan 200 proves that simplicity can still deliver thrill. The wide tires provide excellent stability, soaking up imperfections on rough streets and dirt paths alike. Its low seat height of around 770 mm makes it accessible for riders of all sizes, and the upright handlebar position offers perfect control for both beginners and experienced riders. The suspension setup, telescopic forks at the front and twin shock absorbers at the rear, has been fine-tuned for more comfort and slightly improved rebound damping. Whether you're gliding through city traffic or taking a weekend trail detour, the VanVan feels equally at home. It's not built for speed demons, it's built for those who value feel, balance, and freedom. Fuel economy remains one of its strongest points, averaging around 38 to 42 km per liter depending on riding style. The 6.5-liter tank gives it a decent range for daily commutes or short countryside trips. The brakes have also been upgraded, a 220mm front disc and a rear drum setup that feels more refined and responsive thanks to Suzuki's updated braking calibration. While it's not equipped with ABS in all markets, certain regions will get a single-channel ABS version for added safety. Now, let's talk about price and availability. The 2026 Suzuki VanVan 200 enters the market as a niche offering, priced competitively at around $4,300 to $4,600 internationally, and is expected to cost approximately 1.8 to 2 million PKR in Pakistan, depending on taxes and import duties. Suzuki is offering the bike in 3 color options: classic red, deep matte black, and retro yellow, each capturing a unique personality of the VanVan spirit. It's a motorcycle that appeals to those who value heritage, who ride not just for commuting but for the experience, the feel of open air, and the simplicity of the journey. In a world where bikes are becoming overly complex, packed with screens and electronics, the 2026 VanVan 200 brings back purity. It's a reminder of what motorcycling truly means: the connection between man, machine, and the open road. It doesn't chase numbers or records, it delivers an experience. A simple machine that makes you smile, whether you're cruising along the coast or taking it down a dusty trail. Suzuki has managed to capture the essence of the old VanVan and infuse it with just enough modern refinement to make it relevant today. As the camera pans across the bike one last time, you can't help but admire how something so simple can be so captivating. The round lights, the chunky tires, the timeless stance, everything feels designed with purpose. The 2026 Suzuki VanVan 200 isn't just a motorcycle, it's a statement. A statement that you don't need the latest tech to have fun, you just need a good engine, 2 wheels, and a road ahead. So, if you're someone who values character over chaos, nostalgia over noise, and freedom over formality, the new VanVan 200 might just be your perfect companion. And that wraps up today's deep dive. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Boost Culture for more reviews, reveals, and stories from the world of 2 wheels. Until next time, ride safe, stay passionate, and keep that engine spirit alive.